Alright guys, so it's the following day. First thing I came in, basically just bolted up everything after I was done with whatever I had to do inside. I just realized that I have to clear up the lift area for a customer visiting tomorrow. I got like few installs just like back to back whole week. So I just gotta get this car to actually run first, and then I only anticipated about 2 hours. Just bolting down everything. As you can see, the exhaust is back on here. Not happy with the fitment, but I just want to make sure that the car will run and I won't have any issues. And the drive shaft, everything's bolted down, back together, shifters back on, and also for the differential, it just had a little bit of lube in there and some like RTVs in there. So a fresh differential fluid change. And this is just going to be temporary. I'm just going to use this to break it in because I just welded the differential. So I'm going to like tune the car or whatever, fully drain everything, and go with the another batch of fresh fluid. I'm just kind of anal about the differential after the whole thing exploded on this car, as you know. And I'm pretty much done down here. I'm actually doing the last stage of bleeding on the clutch. I'm just doing a one-man job right now. And this will be the last bleeding. I have to clean up the floor anyway. So I'm just letting it shoot from the from here. Oh yeah, no bubble, nothing. If the clutch feels solid already, but I always just do one more time just to make sure. And I'm not gonna tell you how I'm doing this by myself. Alright, so everything was going great. I bled the clutch, kind of cleaned up inside so that I was able to bleed the clutch and also just kind of start up the car and everything. So I just made some rooms here and there, connect some of the BCM stuff because I really like to have the windows working and whatnot. Still not working, but I'm gonna figure it out. Then try to turn the car, starter makes that noise. I'm like, oh, low on battery, whatever. Second time it turns, so okay, so just need some juice. And then after all, it doesn't want to do anything. So like long story short, I think the starter is dead because I've been just using 12 volt. This is how the start button was set up for the straight out Copart car. So I'm actually applying 12 volt straight to the starter. It should turn at least. If something is wrong or whatever, it should still turn. It was turning it once, and now it's not doing it at all. So definitely the starter issue. And in order to get to starter, I mean, it's not as bad as 3.8, but still that motor mount has to come out, which I just put in today. So I should be able to do it. You just have to go curl under and all that bull crap. So I just came off the lift and just kind of clean up the interior and mount this fire extinguisher. Just kind of taped it around the e-brake. It was getting a little rusted, though I actually kind of put a protection around it. I just don't want somebody to touch it and they're like, ew, you know what I mean? So I just taped it around. It wasn't sharp or anything, but I think it's coming out pretty nice and clean. I just had to gut out the car a little bit more, and also picked up all the bolts and nuts that were just hanging on the bottom, and just kind of zip tie all the switches and stuff like that was just kind of hanging around. Still have to kind of work on it, but I'm very happy with the BK2 interior and all whatnot. And let me just kind of start it and move it for you guys. So right now it's NA, the turbo's not connected. Hopefully my coffee doesn't spill. And what I like about it, I never had a car, actually no, I had the car. The first car I had, just bought from the dealership, had a reverse actually making sound. right now, obviously the turbo's not connected, so you hear like, that's the turbo. And reverse, yeah, I like this sound. So all the cars I had didn't have that because it was a automatic initially. Woo! E-brake works way better than the last one for some reason, I don't know. But now, since the interior is all bolted down, the dashboard came off a couple of times because I thought it was also the ground for something from dashboard too, so I had to undo that. It was a mess. But now really what's left to do is the whole front end, and I'm just gotta figure out what to do from here. And I have a small leak from somewhere. I just gotta figure out where. I think it's a power steering, if anything, because it's the whole motor just dropped off together, so there shouldn't be any leak unless it's the turbo. So I'll find out. So literally spent about half hour or a little bit more, and I have this little tubing here I bought from Home Depot for this in particular, and just some cut out some thick ass plates here, drilled it, kind of lay on top, nothing fancy, just bolted down, 12mm bolt. And basically what I'm trying to do is just mount the headlights on each side. Both headlights are actually off of the salvage car, so one of the tap is broken, but it's good enough to actually kind of hold everything once it's all bolted down. I'll probably do something about this here, but it won't go anywhere. As you can see, it's really sturdy. Only thing is I don't have a material to actually connect these two, and also this is what's called radiator support, so it basically is there to support the radiator. So instead of having all the freaking layer or the thing, now I don't have the AC condenser, so I have a lot more room to play with. So I could actually have a little bit more room to actually move the radiator around, as long as the fan and the intercooler actually clears. So I could detach this whenever I want to, and I don't have to buy $600 radiator support brand new and wait for that to come in. The last thing I want to do is just go there like looks like crap. So I'll probably have to just cut this here. Just have to buy another one of these tubing, or I'll cut it clean. I'll TIG weld it together so it's nicer. I'm using the MIG welder, aka anyone could weld with. So it's so much easier to just do it, but I'm not looking for something nice and clean at the moment, at least. So maybe just adding these two pipes together, maybe I'll just TIG it so it's not that ugly. And everything clears except for hood doesn't clear because hood itself is messed up. And as you can see, it'll be nice and lined up once I get the correct hood. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cutting the layer of the hood except for where the latch is, and then I'll cut this too as well, so make it lighter. And I'll just delete this thing, and basically from here over here I'm gonna be adding the Sparko, the quick release thing out the hood here. So I'm not gonna spend anything like carbon fiber or fiberglass in general. Ow! It gets me every time. And just make a little thing to come out here so it's easy to just undo the hood if I needed to. And obviously I want to delete this fake ducts as well. So I think so far so good. I just wanted to see what materials I will need for tomorrow. I have a clutch install, and I just have the rest of the day to myself. So my goal is to just make everything molded down, and Thursday tune it on the dyno, and that'll be the goal. I don't know when you're going to be watching this video, but I'll see you on the next one.